Hi guys, hope you're doing well. This video is a little different. It's going to be one where I just give a shout out to a company that I think just does a really good job. I think they sincerely seem to put out a good thing, good work, and that is EvangelicalBiblecom. They don't pay me to do this. I don't get anything from them, but I've purchased a few Bibles over the years from them, and recently purchased another one from them. Really nice Bible. Really pleased with it. And it's very few people put out high quality Bibles anymore. It's hard to find. I mean, it really is. You would think that with the plethora of stuff that's out there, high quality Bibles would be easy to find. It's not. I mean, it's difficult to find one that actually has a lot of the features that as a Christian you would think would be readily available. Um, but it is difficult. They do a good job. Some areas I think that they should offer more of would be larger print, high quality Bibles, but it is what it is. I mean, they're kind of at the mercy of those who actually produce them. But they do make some really good ones, and they bring together some really good, Schuyler, Cambridge, R.L. Allen, to name a few. They carry pretty much all of the main versions of the Bible, ESV, NASB, King James, New King James, NIV, NLT, these kind of things. So they do a great job of really bringing together quality workmanship and, I believe, affordable price for what you're getting. I mean, you can find some Bibles and and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've used, lower end Bibles for years, I mean, they're still good. I think there's some quality Bibles that can be had, and it's like going to any store, you buy them on different locations. You kind of know what you're going to get because like we've all purchased Bibles from other outlets, Amazon, local stores, things like that. And sometimes, I think Amazon does a good job of trying to, if there's a problem, fix it. As long as you do it within the time frame. Unfortunately, with Bibles, it's you don't always catch everything because you're looking at well over 1,500 pages typically in a book in the Bible, and to go through it and find everything that could possibly be wrong with it, missing pages, missing whatever, upside down pages. You hear all kinds of terrible things that people have purchased. And you put a lot of time and energy into your Bible. Outlining it. Underlining it, note taking, these kind of stuff. So you put a lot of energy, time, investment in a Bible. So you really make it part of who you are, in a lot of ways. As you study through a Bible, you naturally are going to do that. You're going to, you're going to outline it. You're going to make notes. You're going to do the things that, as a Bible student, you do. So having a good quality Bible is important. And most people, when you first become a Christian, you start out with just you have no idea, so you just get a Bible. Generally, usually it's a gift or something to you. Well, over time you start to find a translation that you really have a connection with, and ultimately you'll probably settle on a number of different translations. I know I do. I like a number of translations. I don't like one single translation per se. I like those that have to be more of a translation, not paraphrased. But anyway, I like a number of them. So finding them that is, that meets the criteria that I like, and everybody's kind of got their own, but there's a number of criteria that I'm looking for. As far as the workmanship of the Bible, not talking about the translation of it, which is a completely different topic, but just the workmanship of it. I find that there's a number of them, or just a few out there really, that do a good job. And Thomas Nelson done a really good job with this Bible. So this is a new one that I got. It's like I said, it's I got it at EvangelicalBiblecom. It's genuine leather, brown. It's laid out really nicely. Text in the font is really good, very readable. It's 11.5. It looks more like, I would throw it up there as close to 12. I like my fonts a little larger, just easier. The more you do a lot of reading, it's the larger fonts, it's just easier on your eyes. It's just easier for you to read, and it's more comfortable when you're doing, larger volumes of reading. It's just more comfortable. So typically finding something that's got a larger print and not overly sized. I mean, this is, it's, you can see this is not a really large Bible. If you look at it, it's about the size of my hand. So, I mean, it's well made. I mean, it's laid out really well. I think the text on it's really well. It's laid out the way I would like it, verse by verse. It's got great. The paper, I think, on it is just really nice. Feels really good to the thickness. It's not too thin, where you see, like, sometimes paper gets so thin that the ends of it start to curl up on you really bad, even after just very little use. You'll see it a lot of times where they're just using such thin paper. And naturally, the Bible, you're going to have thinner paper because otherwise you're going to have a book, this thick, Well, you don't want that, obviously. So settling on, size and all that stuff is important. But, I usually find that somewhere between a 12 and a 14 point is really comfortable reading for me. Font but most Bibles, especially higher end Bibles, nicer quality Bibles, you find typically are somewhere between an 8 and a 10.5 font, which is much more difficult to read. I find, consistently for longer periods of reading. You're just doing short little study on it, then yeah. But if you're going to read, you read chapters on these each day, yeah, it's harder on your eyes. So, a larger font is really nice to have. And I do like this one. This 11.5 really is not bad. It's not bad at all. Would I like a 14? Absolutely. So, 12.5, 14 would be ideal, especially as you get older, your eyes definitely feel more comfortable reading larger print. And even when I was younger, I liked reading books that had a nice larger print to them. They're just more comfortable to read, especially when you're going to read a lot. I mean, I enjoy reading, so, I look for books, and if they have a nice font and a nice size, I have a tendency more to want to read those kind of books because they're more comfortable. It's just the way it is. It's like anything else. So anyway, this book, I definitely want to give it a real good quality. I mean, Thomas Nelson, and it is this is called the Preacher Bible. It is, I think I got the number here, so it's really nice. I think 978-07-85-222-668. That's the one. And other people carry that kind of stuff, but I found that Evangelical Bible does a really good job of like sorting through. I guess, I don't know. They seem to. Every book I've ever gotten from, every Bible I've gotten from them has been, solid. I haven't seen pages missing, things falling out of them, just, anything bad about it. I have to say that, you can't always say that about other places that I've gotten Bibles from. So I've had them where sometimes you just sit there and go, what in the world, where'd the quality control go on that one? This one, yeah, it is really nice. It's really comfortable to the touch. The cover on it is really well done. Everything on it, really, the sewing, the block, everything on it is really well done. The spine on it seems to be well made. It's not too tight in the center, and the gutter point of it or the spine of it. It seems like there's no wrinkling of it, like you get in some if it's not sewn right. You can see where this is Smith sewn. It's it's just really well done. It's got 3 ribbons that come with it, so which is nice because that's the number I like to have. Where sometimes you have to go back and add some because they come with 1 or 2, and I never understood. It's like it's a ribbon. It's not going to cost you too much to put an extra one in there. Put 3 ribbons in a Bible, for sure. It just makes it so much nicer for someone. If they don't want it, they can cut it out, but always put that in there. You think some simple things that people that put together Bibles that would know, but making a high quality Bible is, I think, very important. Like I said, you're going to have it for a long time. You're going to invest a lot of time in it. So most people, when you get a Bible, if you're a Bible student, you're gonna spend a good portion of time going through that Bible and studying it really well. So having a good quality one is very important. Well, like I said, there's just not that many places out there where you can find a good quality Bible. But EvangelicalBiblecom is one of those places. They really do a good job. They post pictures of the Bible, so for most of them, so you can see what you're getting before you get it. And my dealings with them and calling them, they're pretty solid. I mean, they try to answer your questions, or if you got some, or they respond to you if you email them. So I've always requested a little bit larger font, which unfortunately they've never come back and said yes on that. But hopefully in the future they will, at least consider it anyway. So they don't really offer one. So yeah, I would say, something in a good quality. New King James would be nice. Maybe NASB would be really nice. ESV would be nice, one of those. But yeah, I mean, this one is the New King James, so this is going to be the one I'll be going through for foreseeable future anyway. And yeah, really, so far, just going through it, good quality. I mean, just you can feel the quality, and just thought I'd share that with you, because I know, unfortunately, a lot of Christians are looking around trying to find a good place to find a Bible. They just don't know, and so yeah. And there's some of the people who make good Bibles, but the print is a bit small, at least for me. And I find that you find that with a lot of times on the Skylers and our islands, and definitely at Cambridge, it's just a really small print. And I think 10.5 is pretty common. Is the largest, but most of the print's even smaller. And if you're doing a lot of reading, for me, it's just not comfortable. So this one being 11.5 really is nicer. And the way they lay that out verse by verse and everything, it's just really well done. It's got nice edges all the way around it. So very, very nice, well laid out. So I definitely give them, just a lot of credit for the people and the workmanship that went into this, put it together. You don't take that for granted, because it truly is probably a work of love for a lot of people, because they're most likely Christians. You would think, and putting together these Bibles is probably a labor of love for them. And yeah, this is I don't know. Overall, I definitely would give this a great job. So very, very so far, very pleased with it. So anyway, just wanted to share that with other Christians, and so they can go out there and have a place that they may not have heard of, that they can go and get a quality Bible. So they make a lot of different ones, but fortunately, most of them are going to be in a smaller print. I'd say most of them fall well below the 10 point. A lot of them fall in the 8 point, which if you don't mind small print, then it's perfect. But if you like large ones, it's kind of limited. Maybe if more people request larger ones, who knows? Maybe they'll contact their suppliers and be able to put together something like that and offer it, which would be nice. I think that that's the one thing that they don't offer. They got plenty of small ones, but not very many large ones. So yeah, 12 to 14, anywhere in there would be really ideal for people that like larger print Bibles for daily reading. So especially people who are older or have eye problems or whatever, very important. And sometimes that just doesn't seem to come across. So anyway, thoughts you might find it interesting. Want to put that out there. I think we need to acknowledge when people are doing something positive for Christians, and this is definitely one of them. It's definitely, finding a good quality Bible is not easy, and so that's one I would suggest to people. And I mean, if you like those same features, good quality leather cover, verse by verse, a larger print, not crazy large, but larger print, laid out in a format that's very readable. I mean, that's very readable, and yeah, I mean, the text is just, the font's really nice. The way they laid it out is really nice. They left some room a little bit around the edges to make a few notes. Yeah, I mean, overall, I definitely say that this is the paper itself feels like I want to say like a thicker grade. I don't have it right in front of me what that is, but what the GSM is on that, but it feels nicer compared to some that I've lower end ones that have like a thinner type of paper. So yeah, it feels really nice. Yeah, we'll see how it holds up. The only thing is now how does it hold up to daily wear? Because I generally, use them every day, and They're usually traveling with me, and so if they hold up from that, I figure they can hold up for I'd be willing to recommend it to anybody. But so I can attest to that. I haven't had this particular one out with me everywhere I've gone yet. So, but typically everywhere I go, I'm usually transporting a Bible with me, and this would be the one I'm probably going to be taking now. And yeah, get it. So we'll put it through its paces. We'll see how it is in about a year, and we'll see how it held up. But then we'll see. But yeah, it seems like about every 2 years, you have to buy a new Bible because you kind of wear through them. But these higher end ones, they have a tendency, I find, to last a lot longer than that. So when you put a lot into them, and time and energy and labeling and marking and cross-referencing and all the stuff that you want to normally would do, that you commonly do to a Bible, it's nice to have that where you're going to be able to keep it around for a while. You don't have to do that every 2 years, whatever. But so yeah, we'll see how it holds up. But anyway, just thought I'd put that out there and give people a point where they can go to and find good quality Bibles. So anyway, hope that's a blessing to you. And like I said, check them out. The website's called EvangelicalBible.com, all one word, EvangelicalBible.com. And like I said, they make premium Bible. This is, and they say right on their card, the premium Bible source, which I would say is true. I've purchased various Bibles from them. I think about 4 so far. And yeah, I can definitely attest to that. They do make some really nice Bibles and really quality, nice. Some are more expensive than others. There are Allens and Scholars. A lot of times they fall somewhere in that $180, $200, $230, $250 range. Whereas like this current one here was more on the lower end for them. They had it on sale for like $75. I mean, not bad, really. I mean, you really think about a quality Bible. I mean, even lower end Bibles are going to cost you somewhere around, generally $40 to $50. So for a little bit more, I mean, most people are willing to pay a little bit more for a nicer Bible, and without going crazy on them. And for about less than $80, $80, you come up with a really nice leather bound, nice quality filling Bible. So we'll see how it holds up, but yeah, nice overall, and I would definitely recommend the company. I mean, my dealings with it was very positive. So yeah. Anyway, hope this was a blessing to you. Give you a point to maybe go check out their website and see if there's something there you like as well, and maybe shoot them a message and say, hey, maybe have a larger print Bible would be really nice. 12 to 14 point would be ideal for a lot of people, especially if you're like myself who like reading and you need a larger size, more comfortable. So don't forget to shoot that to them. Maybe it's a suggestion as well. They get enough on, maybe they'll do it. But it's definitely something they need to put in their repertoire, I think. So anyway, God bless, be safe, and I will see you later. God bless.